Hi, Alex. How are
Hi.
you?
Good. Your room looks so dark.
Yeah, not the greatest
No,
lighting.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
So I thought you were so fascinating in this film because between this and Heels and Night Teeth, you just really immersed yourself in all your roles and all your characters. So, and then I learned so much about the NCAA from this film too. I have to say, I wasn't aware of a lot of what the film brings up. So it was fascinating to watch from that perspective as well. And then as a Canadian, I appreciated that I mentioned the CFL, albeit in a disparaging way.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's cool. We're
Yeah.
Canadian. We can take it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, were you a football fan before this? Were you aware that the NCAA doesn't pay its players directly?
So, yeah. So really, like this was a huge wake up call for me on a lot of levels. Like I had no idea it was as big of an industry as it was, which may sound naive, but I really did not know it was a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought maybe it was just pro bono or something, or like, you know what I mean? Like I just had no clue.
Yeah.
And then like, and then the players like compensation, like I guess it never really occurred to me. The one thing that shocked me beyond belief was the idea that somebody could put their body on the line for the profit of a company and then have no one take care of them after. And like if I break my leg playing college football, like and I need surgery, that's going to be on me. You know what I mean? Like nobody's
Yeah.
taking care of that, and that that's really wild. And um, I think that just kind of like that everybody who became a part of this film felt that same sentiment that like clearly this is a conversation that needs to be had at a higher level. And if this, I always say I'll judge the film's success on how much of a spark it can really ignite in terms of furthering this conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I certainly learned a lot, and I'm very grateful to be a small part of this film.
And I loved your dynamic with fellow Canadian Stephan James.
Yeah.
I loved your scenes together. So what was it like collaborating with him?
I mean, I've known Stefan for like 10 years now, and we did a
Mm.
film a long time ago, and he's a very close friend, and getting to work with him again was amazing. I mean, he really is a brother to me, and we came up together and continue to share kind of the same insights on the industry and on the kind of paths we want for ourselves. So working with him was amazing. It was a lot easier. I mean, I think so much of that camaraderie comes through because it's real. You know, like I really love the guy. So that was awesome. Also, can I just say, like, I really appreciate you, like, with all your insights into like my career and this. It's really, really nice and refreshing.
Oh, no problem. Got to watch the tape. Got to do research. What can I say? So you also got to have some brief scenes with Lil Rel Howery and Uzo Aduba. What was it like collaborating with them?
Amazing. I mean, Uzo is a force of nature, and as is Lil Rel. And I think that um, it's one of those films where you're just like, I don't know the next time I'm going to be a part of an ensemble of this caliber, just because the fact that everyone was available and everybody wanted to come in. It's not like they can afford to pay everybody. Everybody just wanted to be a part of this. It's not like some huge studio film. We're just like, we want to tell this story. Um, so it was just a dream come true. It's the reason I became an actor was to tell stories like this. Um, and I've never been a part of one that's so topical right now. Um, yeah, it was phenomenal.
Yeah. So when I spoke to Lucy Fry for 19th, she singled you out. She said you were such a playful and fun scene partner. So
Uh,
I'm curious who you've worked with in the past that you found really collaborative and playful, and someone that you'd like to work with again.
I mean, I always go back to my experience on Vikings simply because my Travis Fimmel and I, we always work the same way. We have the same acting coach, and he's been so pivotal and things for me. So that was always he was always a great one. Night Teeth was actually such a blast to work on because they really let me just do my thing. I'd come in with an idea and they let me run with it, and it's always great when people trust you That doesn't happen right away. You really have to kind of earn that trust with years of work. So it was really nice that I was just like, I told like our director, I was just like, man, like just let me do my thing. If you hate it, we'll talk about it after, but just let me go. So that's always really fun to get to play such a wild, out there character.
Mm.
Anthony Hopkins is one of those ones for me that was really amazing to work with, and I'd love to work with again. But I've been really blessed. I think everybody and every cast member I've ever worked with, for the most part, has brought something amazing to the table. And the exciting part about doing the scene is being able to find out exactly what that is and how we can turn this into something special.
Now you're a country singer, you're a storyteller, you're a songwriter, you're a performer. I'm curious, what are some of the fan reactions that really stayed with you over the years?
It's been wild. Like when there's really crazy ones where people are bursting into tears, and not crazy in that they're insane, crazy to me that and I can only count it to, like, you've had this person in your home for years, like on a television screen, you feel this connection, it's just overwhelming. So that's always a wild one. The crazy ones too are like when people talk about like life and death events, and how something that you did played some part in them, surviving. Like that's just wild to me. And obviously I could never accept any credit of that whatsoever. That, I always tell them, that's all you, has nothing to do with me. But like that, it's those things that just make this all so sweet. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm doing this, I love when people love what I do, but I'm doing this for me. Like I love performing. It's not like of course I want people to watch this. Like I want people to love these stories, but at the end of the day, like it's because I love this so much and I love doing it. But when people come and say like this actually like impacted their life in a positive way, that's when it just transcends everything. That's why, like, when people recognize me on the street or anything, like I can never allow myself to get upset, and I never would, because what a gift, what an absolute gift. Like I have to be nice for 5 seconds, and I can make somebody's day, and it's like what an honor to be able, like, my 12-year-old self would just wouldn't believe some of the stories,
Yeah. Oh, so I'm curious, what are you watching lately that you've been really into?
My wife and I have been addicted to Yellowstone. I've just always loved that whole world. So we've been watching that a bunch. I watched Dope Sick, which I loved. A lot of the great stuff is on television right now. I've been dying to watch King Richard, because Will is in it and he looks incredible. I haven't been able to see it because I've been overseas, so I'm planning on watching it as soon as I get home. But that film looks absolutely tremendous. Those are the ones that stick out to me the most. I watched Dune. I thought Dune was amazing. There's a lot of good things coming out. I think it's a weird time with the theaters and everything still, but as long as we're still making good stories and good stuff, that's all that matters.
Yeah, well, thank you for all the good stories that you bring into the world and your stories. Thank you. Thank you for this time. Happy holidays.
Yeah, thank you for telling all your stories too. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Bye.